Shikanoko nokonoko koshitantan, my dear friend Nokotan, op, shikairo days. I don't know what the fuck is going on here, but I am already heavily invested. That part is not even in the op visual, and they introduced a new dance, wow, peak marketing. Shikanoko nokonoko koshitantan. Dear girl, open season begins. The Blind Side is a messed up movie. His actual football teammates thought he couldn't read because of the movie. Oh King Richard, they make him out to be poor security guard, whereas the truth is he owned the security company and already had $1 million set aside for his daughter's education. Watch The Blind Side and The Waterboy back to back. The protective instincts thing was what really bothered me. It's not a thing they test on in school, so it's made up. And something about the message if a black kid being valuable because he had an instinct to protect, not because he's a good person but because he has no brain but big oaf uses big body for good. Ew. What is that? I was appalled the entire time I was watching it. Incredulous that the movie was even made. Look into how Michael O'Hare claims the rich family signed him into a conservatorship when he was 19 to profit off of his football career. He says they told him it's the same thing as adoption. In Idiocracy, 2006, in lieu of listing eye color, it's list whether or not you have eyes. Also if you have hair apparently. Brought to you by Carl's Jr. Fuck you, I'm eating. Welcome to Costco, I love you. Kimetsu no Yaiba, Hashira Gaiko Hen Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba Hashira Training Arc, Episode 8 Discussion, Final. That 10-second Zenitsu scene went so unbelievably hard with the music. That snowflake melting, and the resulting explosion, was easily the best animation I've seen all year without question. Absolutely incredible. I will never get over how cool the Infinity Castle is in anime form. Muzan didn't even get the chance to personally kill him, the disrespect lol. Yubayashiki pretty much said I'll die on my terms, thank you very much. Also the little fake out with Zenitsu thinking he was sleeping and when his eyes open up, it got me chills, it's all business now. New poster for Thunderbolts asterisk. Is this for Wheaties boxes? Man, I guess I have missed a lot more Marvel content than I thought. I only recognize 2 of these characters. Can someone explain why there's a \* after the name in the title? I assume this is some sort of in-joke I don't get. Seriously though. My dream for a reunion special is Michael and Holly go to an exotic place to renew their vows and the office gets invited, Jan and Robert are there by coincidence. Those two would be like fire and ice colliding. Maybe make it into a whole parody movie, there's lots of potential, PPL would watch it, and the cast would have fun. Michael would unintentionally win LMAO. Unironically think she's an underrated character. As Bianco, good-looking woman. I like how the show tricks you into thinking she's going to be a semi-important character. Gradually climbing the ladder as she works for Varys. But instead Littlefinger finds out and she dies in what's arguably the best scene of the show. Man, Game of Thrones used to be so good. It was at this point in the show that Arya died for me. Infection is no joke, I can see how a bloody Iraq could infect and kill Drogo. After all, it's not like Arya was then immediately submerged in dirty feces water with her multiple open wounds. Getting stabbed in the stomach and then pushed into filthy, stagnant canal water and surviving is more unreal to me than literal dragons. More budget in later seasons, plot armor isn't cheap, you know. As impossible as it is, I could have believed Arya survived that wound. Just needed to be out of action for weeks, and been notably weakened for a while even after she wakes up. But instead, she's doing parkour through bravos like a few days later. The credits scene in Naked Gun, 1988, has an interesting attribution. There's like 10 plus jokes in the credits of all the Naked Gun movies, and other screwball comedies from around the same time frame. I can't remember if it's Hot Shots 1 or 2, but one of them had a recipe for brownies in the credits. I remember as a kid seeing that and fully appreciating that they continued the jokes until the very end. Mushoku Tensei, Isekai Itara Honki Deisu Season 2 Part 2 Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation Season 2 Part 2, Episode 8 Discussion. Daddy Cool, Rudius Grere. But Paul, I am your mother. The Atlanta shot from before and after CGI. That little green screen doing a lot of heavy lifting. WTF, I always assumed they'd briefly closed an actual highway to shoot this. One of the most iconic shots in the history of television and it's not even close. Pamela, Camera crew when they let the old man with dementia wander on the streets at night. Must be nice to be a pretty woman with pam-pams. In Black Panther, 2018, T'Chaka tells T'Challa, a man who doesn't prepare his children for his death has failed as a father in Wakanda Forever, 2022, Nakia tells Shuri how T'Challa prepared both her and their son, Toussaint, for his death. Huh, somehow I never realized the guy playing T'Chaka had a prosthetic eye. I forgot, what's the in-universe explanation for Chala's death? T-Blind Performer of the Week, John Turturro in Severance. Heliar was never cruel. My favorite line of his was, I wouldn't trust a word out of that mountebank's mouth, not even televisually. John Turturro does old-fashioned language so perfectly, as we also saw in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? This season is on full steam. So glad it's so far living up to the first. Last year had YAI too many shows with disappointing new seasons. Was really worried about Severance for a while. Like and subscribe.